They say that youth owns fashion, but those of us who've lived more than 60 summers know something the runways have yet to learn. Style doesn't belong to the young. It belongs to the present. For women over 60, the present is where elegance deepens. Confidence settles into the bones, and dressing up becomes not a performance, but a quiet celebration of self. Let's begin with a confession. Many women never say out loud somewhere along the way. Society convinced us that visibility comes with a deadline, that once we cross a certain age, we should fade into neutral tones. Practical shoes and silhouettes that whisper sensible, that we should stop drawing attention not just to our clothes, but to ourselves. But what if we didn't? What if we reimagine style after 60 as the most empowered chapter yet? What if every hemline fabric choice and accessory became a reflection of our stories, not to impress others, but to honor ourselves? This guide is a love letter to the women who have earned every line on their face, every inch of wisdom in their posture, every ounce of sovereignty in their soul. It is for the woman who has raised families, launched careers, crossed oceans, rebuilt after loss, danced in kitchens, held trembling hands, and laughed until her ribs ached. It is for the woman who is not done becoming and knows she never will be. Summer is our starting point, the season of light, warmth, openness. What better moment to rediscover the joy of dressing, not to hide, but to shine. Across this journey, we will explore 5 timeless dress styles and 2 foundational elements that bring them to life: the flowing Aline Maxi dress movement and ease, the relaxed shirt dress, effortless structure, the wrap-style dress body confidence redefined, the modern baby doll dress feminine and free, the cutout detailed dress understated boldness, the presence behind the walk, how you wear the dress, and the legacy of style, because fashion doesn't fade, it ripens. This is not a catalog of what's in. This is a celebration of what's timeless. And what's more timeless than a dress that moves with you just like your life does? Let's begin where elegance begins with flow. When was the last time your clothes made you feel like you could exhale? Really? Exhale deeply, like your entire body had permission to expand, to move, to simply be. That is what a well-made Aline Maxi dress offers, not a look of feeling. For women over 60, the Aline Maxi is less a garment and more a gesture of respect. It doesn't cling, it doesn't confine. It creates space for your shape, for your breath, for your rhythm. In that space, something beautiful unfolds. Ease, confidence, presence. Let me take you to a summer garden party in Provence. Lavender blooms swayed, jazz played in the distance, and Margaret 67 stepped onto the flagstone path wearing a linen blend Aline Maxi in soft chamomile yellow elbow-length sleeves, coconut buttons, a curved empire waist. As she walked, the dress caught the light breeze and rippled behind her like memory. People turned not because she was flashy, but because she was serene, a living poem. That's the power of the Aline Maxi. It announces nothing, it allows everything. Why it works for women over 60 movement becomes grace. The A-line cut flares gently from the waist or bust, allowing freedom across hips and thighs. Every step feels like gliding. Whether you're attending a gallery opening or just walking barefoot through the yard, the dress moves with you, never against. Shape without pressure. Forget shapewear. A well-designed A-line maxi creates a silhouette through drape, not compression. The secret lies in gentle structure, darts at the bust, a defined neckline, a sewn-in sash at the back. You feel shaped, not squeezed, admired, not adjusted. Cooling comfort and summer breathability is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Fabrics like organic cotton, bamboo, viscose, and washed linen keep your skin cool and your nervous system calm. No clinging, no sticking, just fluidity and air. How to choose yours. Sleeve strategy if you like coverage. Go for cap or elbow length sleeves if you prefer sleeveless. Look for wider straps and deeper armholes for comfort layer with a linen bolero or kimono if needed. Length matters, aim for ankle or midi length. It allows full movement without dragging and keeps the line elegant. Colors that reflect you. Soft sage shell pink, indigo gray, seafoam buttermilk. These shades echo. Nature calm the eye and harmonize with silver, salt and pepper, or golden hair. Detailed decisions seek out pin tucks, curved hems, inverted pleats. These little elements create motion texture and subtle drama without volume. Waist definition, look for empire seams, side ties or shaped panels, skip elastic bands, or thick belts that dig or divide. Style it with a wide brim raffia hat, or a silk scarf tied at the nape statement drop earrings, or a long necklace that follows the dress's vertical line sandals that reflect your pace, flat leather slides, espadrilles, or low block heels. And remember, your accessories should never upstage your presence. They should echo it. The Aline Maxi is not a trend. It is an invitation to move, to breathe, to show up in your body as it is today. It doesn't ask you to be younger. It simply asks you to be here fully, freely, beautifully. Because at this stage in life, you don't need to dress to impress. You dress to express, to flow, to feel. And the Aline Maxi, it's the perfect beginning. Structure has often been misunderstood in fashion, especially for women over 60. Too often, it's equated with stiffness, sharp angles, or rules inherited from corporate dress codes, or outdated notions of propriety. But true structure at this stage in life should not restrain. It should release, it should hold you, not harden you. In that spirit, the relaxed shirt dress emerges as a quiet icon. Think of it this way. If the Aline Maxi is the dress of movement, the relaxed shirt dress is the dress of presence. It says, I am here composed, yet at ease. I am polished, but never pressed. I am intentional, not accidental. And above all, I don't need to wear something loud to be seen. Meet Evelyn, 66, a retired civil engineer from Portland. She described her wardrobe post-retirement as a mix of camping gear and sweaters that had forgotten joy. Until one day, her daughter gifted her a slate blue tencel shirt dress. Soft collar, elbow-length sleeves, subtle side vents, coconut buttons. Evelyn looked in the mirror and gasped, not because she saw someone new, but because she saw someone she had missed herself softened. That's what the right shirt dress can do. It's not about transformation, it's about recognition. Why the relaxed shirt dress works so beautifully for women over 60. Soft structure equals quiet confidence. The shirt dress creates vertical lines that elongate the body, particularly when it features a button-down front. A soft collar draws the eye upward, framing the neck and face. These elements offer polish without pretension. It holds shape without squeezing, unlike tailored sheaths or stiff blazers. The relaxed shirt dress allows you to define your shape gently through a built-in waist seam, a self-fabric tie, or simply the way the dress drapes it respects your form without demanding conformity. It covers without hiding knee to mid-calf lengths, 3/4 sleeves, and a slightly curved hemline provide thoughtful coverage. But it's never about concealment. It's about balance, ease, self-assurance. It adapts to every moment from brunch to gallery, openings from grocery runs to garden parties. This is the rare dress that never feels out of place. Dress it up, dress it down, belt it, leave it loose. It follows your rhythm. How to choose your shirt dress. Fabric that breathes and flows. Look for natural or sustainable blends like cotton voile, tencel modal, chambray, or linen rayon. These drape, resist wrinkles, and feel light on the skin. Avoid anything too stiff or too sheer. Gentle tailoring, not hard edges. Details like back pleats, curved hems, side slits, or small darts. Add movement without bulk. Skip boxy or square-cut versions that overwhelm the figure. The right sleeve, aim for elbow-length cap sleeves or 3/4. If sleeveless is preferred, choose a version with wide shoulders or an added overlay to retain balance. A mindful length, the sweet spot just below the knee, to mid-calf, long enough for sophistication, short enough to move freely. Color and pattern. Earthy tones like olive, muted rust, slate, or sand are perennial. Pale lavender, dusty aqua, and stone blue. Add softness if you prefer patterns. Choose micro florals, vertical stripes, or tone-on-tone prints. Let color reflect your energy, not trend cycles. How to style it. A woven belt in raffia or leather can add definition without bulk. A linen blazer or cropped cardigan over the shoulders adds instant elegance. Neckwear transforms everything. A silk scarf at the collarbone or a bold necklace peeking from the open top button for footwear. Slip-on flats, espadrilles, or minimal block heels. Let comfort lead the way. Let's return to Evelyn. She wore her slate blue shirt dress to a book club. Gathering, one of her friends said, "You look like the editor of your own life." Evelyn beamed, not because it was a compliment, but because it was true. She had begun editing gently what she allowed into her closet, her time, her expression. She no longer dressed for what if, or just in case she dressed for now. And when your clothes reflect that clarity, you begin to move differently, sit differently, speak differently. The relaxed shirt dress is not about minimalism. It's about maturity, not about simplicity, but about serenity. It's for the woman who values comfort, but refuses to settle for sloppy, who seeks beauty, but doesn't chase trends, who shows up for her life with quiet courage and wants a wardrobe that can keep up. Wearing a relaxed shirt dress feels like holding your own hand, firm, familiar, and profoundly grounding. So next time you're standing in front of your wardrobe asking, "What feels like me today?" let this be the answer. Because ease is not the absence of effort. It's the presence of alignment. And that, dear reader, is what this chapter of your life and your closet deserves. Some dresses hold you and others let you go. The wrap dress, it does both. For women over 60, it is not merely a style. It is a metaphor. This dress knows that your body has changed and will continue to change. It honors that evolution. It adapts to your breath, your posture, your afternoon bloat, or your morning glow. It speaks of grace in motion, of womanhood still unfolding. There's something deeply empowering about wrapping a dress around your own body, tying it in a way that says, "This is where I begin. This is what I choose to reveal, and what I choose to keep." And no, we're not talking about the plunging, flimsy version found in fast fashion catalogs. This is the wrap dress as redefined for maturity, dignified, comfortable, feminine, but never fussy. It's the kind of dress that doesn't ask for approval, it already has yours. Why the wrap dress works beautifully for women over 60. It adjusts with your life, not against it. Weight fluctuations, swelling from medication, a body that changes shape with the weather. The wrap dress doesn't judge it, follows it, ties looser on a slow day, tighter when you need a little boost. You're in control, not a seamstress in a fitting room. It defines the waist without demanding it. The gentle crossover design naturally enhances the waist without squeezing. Whether it ties at the side, the back, or has an internal snap, the shape flatters your torso without overwhelming your hips or bust. It elongates the neckline and softens the chest. A V-neck wrap silhouette creates openness at the top, ideal for framing necklaces or showcasing your collarbones. It lifts the face. It suggests elegance. It suits every figure, full-busted. It offers balance, petite. It creates vertical movement, tall. It adds fluidity. No matter your height or shape, the wrap dress understands proportion. Let me tell you about Teresa. She was 70. When I met her recently, widowed, a retired midwife who had spent decades in scrubs and cotton shifts, she called herself a practical dresser, which in her words meant a little invisible. Her granddaughter was graduating from college, and Teresa wanted to feel proud, not just of her family, but of herself. We found a dusty rose faux wrap dress in soft matte jersey, 3/4 flutter sleeves, a gentle flare below the hips, a belt stitched at the side so it wouldn't shift. She stepped into the fitting room quietly and came out radiant. "I don't feel dressed up," she said. "I feel uncovered." That's the word, not exposed, not hidden, uncovered, seen. What to look for in a wrap dress after 60 fabric that follows. Not clings, avoid overly slinky knits, unless they're blended with matte finish. Choose medium weight jersey, bamboo, viscose crepe, or soft cotton modal blends. The fabric should skim, not stick. It should flow, not fall limp. Neckline that flatters, not reveals. Opt for a modest V-neck or faux wrap closure with internal snaps or soft modesty panels deep enough to create line, but never worry about it shifting at the wrong moment. Sleeve strategy, elbow-length sleeves, cap sleeves, or 3/4 kimono sleeves are ideal. They balance the neckline and provide coverage. Without heaviness, flutter sleeves can soften angular shoulders or aging skin. The right hemline, look for lengths that hit at the knee, mid-calf or ankle, slight asymmetry, longer in back, curved in front adds visual interest without volume. Print and color solid shades like plum jade. Midnight blue ivory or dusky mauve are timeless. If choosing patterns, go for medium florals. Watercolor brushstrokes or vertical vines, avoid overly busy prints or neon hues. They tend to overpower rather than complement. Structure in the wrap, choose dresses with sewn-in belts, interior snaps, or a tie that doesn't slip. This gives you freedom without fussing all day. How to style it. Let your jewelry echo the neckline. A pendant on a long chain or drop earrings draws the eye down the V shape. Add a soft shawl or ruana for outdoor events, or air-conditioned interiors for footwear kitten heels, leather flats or dress sandals. Let your shoes support your pace for summer evenings. Try a wrap dress in soft metallic chiffon with a matte lining, glamorous without being loud. Back to Teresa, she wore that wrap dress to the graduation. Her granddaughter told her afterward, "You looked like royalty, but the kind that makes people want to hug you." Style doesn't always have to sparkle. Sometimes it just needs to open. The wrap dress is more than a look. It is a gesture. It says, "I know my body is not what it was, but I no longer dress for who I was. I dress for who I am." And that's the core of confidence, isn't it? Not just comfort in how you look, but alignment with how you feel. Because by the time we reach our 60s, we no longer need our clothes to transform us. We need them to reflect us, to affirm that we are still evolving, still discovering new ways to show up for ourselves. So let the wrap dress be that affirmation. Tie it gently, step into the mirror, and know that nothing about you needs to be altered, only honored. You've earned every curve, every fold, every breath. And the dress, it's just the ribbon that wraps the gift. If the Aline Maxi is about freedom, the wrap dress about adaptability, and the shirt dress about presence, then the modern baby doll dress in its reimagined form is about something rare and radiant. Lightness, not lightness as in triviality, but lightness as in air, laughter, and ease as in sunlight through linen, as in that fleeting, floaty sensation of catching your reflection in a window and thinking, I feel like myself again. Now we know what the name baby doll can conjure: ruffled hems, girlish frills, silhouettes that don't seem to belong in the wardrobe of a grown woman, let alone one who's lived more than 6 decades. But here's the truth: when thoughtfully designed, the modern baby doll dress can become an unexpected staple for women over 60. It is not childish, it is feminine. It is not silly, it is serene. And above all, it is not about youth. It's about the softness and openness we sometimes lose as we age and are ready to reclaim. Meet Lorraine, 72. She once told me, I've worn neutrals for 20 years after my husband passed. I just didn't want to stand out. But during a weekend retreat with old friends, she tried on a pale lavender baby doll dress in a gauzy cotton silk blend, slightly puffed sleeves, a higher empire waist hem just at the knee the moment she slipped it on. She smiled, not because she looked younger, but because she looked lighter. I forgot I could feel like this, she said. That's the magic of the modern baby doll dress. It gives you back something you didn't even realize you were missing. Why this dress works for women over 60. It floats away from the body designed with a raised waistline just under the bust. The baby doll dress offers freedom around the waist, hips, and belly. This makes it ideal for days when comfort takes priority, and yet you still want to feel put together. No shapewear, no adjusting, just ease. It creates visual lift. That higher waist visually lengthens the legs and creates a gentle vertical line. Especially when paired with a subtle flare, it brings focus upward to your smile, your eyes, your energy. It feels playful but not silly, with the right tailoring sleeve structure and fabric. The baby doll dress doesn't regress into girlishness. Instead, it becomes a soft canvas of femininity. Gentle, unstructured, but intentional. It's perfect for warm weather, loose, breathable, and breezy. It's your summer ally, whether you're on a morning walk at a patio lunch or heading to the farmer's market. The baby doll dress makes heat more bearable and beauty more accessible. What to look for in a modern baby doll dress? Structured softness. Choose dresses with defined shoulders, puff sleeves, cap sleeves, or slight gathers. Help shape the upper body. Avoid drop shoulders or overly drapey knits that can overwhelm your frame. Waist that lifts the empire waist should sit just under the bust, not across the rib cage. A small pleat or gather below creates the float effect. Avoid exaggerated ruffles or tiers, unless balanced by a more minimalist neckline. Hem that flatters mid-knee to mid-calf. Is the sweet spot too short, and it veers too youthful too long, and it may lose that breezy charm. A slightly curved or high-low hem adds movement and subtle shape. Fabric that breathes. Think cotton voile, linen cotton blends, crinkled gauze, or silk linen. These materials are both tactile and breathable. Avoid heavy synthetics or stiff embroidery that contradicts the dress's airiness. Color and texture go light and tonal. Misty rose, ocean gray, soft jade buttercream, or muted coral. Micro florals, tone-on-tone jacquard, or embroidered details around the yoke add texture without weight. How to style the modern baby doll dress pair with espadrilles or soft leather flats to elongate the leg without sacrificing comfort. Add a long-line cardigan or a lightweight summer kimono in the evening for flow and coverage for accessories. Woven tote bags, a single strand of beads or sculptural silver earrings, a straw hat and oversized sunglasses turn this into a garden party look instantly. Lorraine wore her lavender dress to her sister's birthday brunch. Her daughters were surprised and delighted. One whispered, "You look like someone who has a secret." Lorraine laughed, "I do." She replied, "I remembered how to dress for joy. That's the secret, isn't it? Not to chase youth, but to remember pleasure to dress, not just for function or for others, but for lightness. For the way a breeze feels when it catches your skirt, for the smile you give yourself in the mirror when nothing is pinching or pressing or trying too hard." The baby doll dress does something rare. It lets you be soft without being invisible. It allows for playfulness without pretense. And in a world that often tells older women to blend in, that softness, that lightness is quietly radical. So next time you reach for a summer dress, ask yourself, does it feel heavy or free? Does it pull you down or lift you gently? Because at this stage, you deserve clothing that doesn't carry weight, but releases it. You deserve to move like air, to smile like dawn, to wear dresses that don't declare who you were, but reflect who you're becoming. And the baby doll dress, it's not just a style, it's a state of mind. There's a moment in every woman's life when she realizes that style doesn't have to be loud to make an impact, that elegance can carry an edge, that boldness. Real boldness isn't in how much you show, but in how much you own. Enter the cutout detail dress. Now, before you recoil with flashbacks of youth-oriented fashion trends, midriff-bearing gowns, slashed side panels, or cutouts that seem designed to provoke rather than flatter pause, this is not that. This is the mature reinvention of the cutout. It's modern, it's architectural. And when thoughtfully placed, it whispers something that very few garments do. I still surprise myself. This is about that surprise, not the shock of skin revealed for the sake of rebellion, but the quiet delight of stepping into a dress and discovering that you can still feel new. Meet Arlene, 68. A retired city planner and self-proclaimed minimalist dresser, her closet was filled with navy knits, crisp white blouses, and tailored trousers. And then, one day on a trip to Santa Fe, she walked into a boutique and tried on an olive green midi dress with a small keyhole opening at the collarbone. That was it. No plunging neckline, no open back, just a subtle architectural gesture. She bought it and wore it to every art opening that summer. It felt like a wink. She told me that's what we're after, the wink, not the shout. Why the cutout detail dress can work beautifully for women over 60. It redefines sensuality. Let's be honest, as we age, we're often told to tone it down, be dignified, stay covered. But sensuality doesn't retire. It evolves, and a tastefully placed cutout at the shoulder collar bone or upper back offers just enough intrigue to remind the world and yourself that mystery is ageless. It draws attention to strength. The right cutout frames, parts of the body that tell your story, your shoulders, your neckline, your upper arms. These aren't flaws to hide, they're chapters. Let them breathe. It blends modernity with elegance. A cutout when done. Right brings an immediate update to a classic silhouette. It says, I am present. I see what's happening around me, and I still know how to make it mine. It works with simplicity. The beauty of this detail is that it allows the rest of the dress to remain understated, You don't need bold colors or heavy prints. The cutout is the focal point and the statement. What to look for in a cutout detail dress after 60 placement is everything. Seek dresses with small openings near the collarbone shoulders or upper back keyhole cutouts. Petal slits. Gentle scoops avoid side or midriff cutouts that compromise structure or confidence. Coverage where it counts. A good cutout dress doesn't sacrifice comfort. Look for designs that still offer arm coverage. A modest neckline and a hem that lands just below the knee or mid-calf structure creates confidence. Fabric that holds shape. Medium weight knits, ponte cotton silk blend, or structured crepe work. Best avoid clingy materials that might stretch around the cutout and distort it. You want the shape to remain intentional. Color palette: deep neutrals, moss green slate, gray terracotta, navy, or dusty plum bring sophistication. Monochrome tones let the cutout shine without noise. Details that anchor the look: shoulder darts, princess seams, or a gentle A-line silhouette ensure the dress feels built, not draped. This contrast enhances the cutout as a design feature, not an afterthought. How to style it. Keep accessories minimal. A small stud earring, a soft bangle, or a clean leather clutch is all you need. Let your posture do the talking. Cutouts draw the eye, so shoulders back, chin relaxed, and let your energy lead. Shoes should elongate, not compete. Neutral-toned mules, kitten heels, or sleek ankle-strap sandals. If coverage is desired, a cropped jacket or bolero that complements the neckline works wonders. Back to Arlene. She wore her olive dress to a poetry reading. The poet called her out not by name, but with a line. The woman in green who dresses like a question mark and walks like an answer. She told me later. That cutout reminded me that I can still be unfinished, and that's a beautiful thing. The cutout dress is not about exposure. It's about evolution. It's for the woman who doesn't need to wear a crown to be seen, but chooses to wear a window. A glimpse, a line drawn in fabric that says, I'm still curious, still becoming. And isn't that what true style is? Not perfection, not preservation, but presence. A woman who wears a cutout detail dress after 60 doesn't just follow fashion, she redefines it. She reminds us that aging isn't an erasure, it's an edit, a refinement, and in that edit, there is room for punctuation, for a comma of surprise, a colon of curiosity. A cutout, small, quiet, intentional, is that punctuation. So if you've never tried one, maybe it's time. Let your dress ask the question. Let your walk deliver the answer. We often talk about what a woman wears, the cut, the color, the silhouette, the texture. But rarely do we talk about how she moves in it, about how a dress doesn't just hang. It follows about how a woman over 60 doesn't just enter a room, she arrives. There is something magnetic about a woman who is comfortable in her rhythm, not rushed, not rehearsed, just wholly herself. That magnetism, it's not in the hemline. It's in the presence, because presence, real presence, is the final accessory. It's invisible, but it's unforgettable. We've all seen her, the woman who walks into a space and immediately shifts the air, not with extravagance, not with noise, but with gravity, with grace, with stillness that speaks louder than motion. What gives her that power? It's not youth, it's not trend, it's not tightness or effort. It's movement, informed by memory, style, shaped by story. Meet Camille, 74. A retired school principal with silver hair and a quiet laugh at a friend's 50th wedding anniversary. She wore a cobalt blue dress, simple neckline, 3/4 sleeves, soft pleats that swayed as she walked, no sequins, no statement necklace, just pearl studs and low heels. And yet, as she moved across the room, conversations paused. I couldn't stop watching her. Someone whispered, "She wasn't even trying." Exactly. She wasn't trying. She was being. Why movement matters more than you think. Movement communicates before words. The way you lift your hand to adjust your collar, the tilt of your head when listening, the glide of your step as you cross a room. These are style moments, silent ones that say far more than any label ever could. Your clothes follow your energy. When a garment moves with you, not against you, it amplifies your confidence. Flowing fabrics like silk crepe or soft cotton sateen follow your rhythm. They ripple, they breathe, they respond. Stillness is a strength, not fidgeting, not adjusting, not hiding. These are subtle forms of authority. Stillness, especially in older women, speaks of self-trust. It commands space without noise. Movement reveals memory. Every step you take carries your history. Every gesture hints at who you've been and who you're becoming. Let your movement reflect the depth of your lived experience, not just the shape of your outfit. How to dress for movement and presence: choose fabrics that respond. Look for textiles that sway when you turn viscose. Crepe-washed silk light, modal knits. These create soft echo effects when you walk or shift, enhancing your natural cadence. Prioritize silhouettes that glide bias cuts. A-lines, gently gathered skirts, or side-slit hems all allow for motion. Rigid pencil skirts or stiff sheaths can flatten your expression unless carefully tailored for your posture. Balance weight and lightness layering. Go for a lightweight long vest over a sleeveless dress. Outerwear, a cashmere duster moves more elegantly than a stiff blazer shoes. Ones that support your gait, not constrain it. Let accessories move with you. Earrings that sway, a long pendant that follows your breath, a silk scarf tied loosely. These details animate your outfit and your presence. Practice the pause. Pause before entering a room. Breathe before you speak. Allow your body to settle before you sit. These rituals don't just create style, they embody grace. Presence is the language of the mature woman at this age. You no longer walk to be seen. You walk because you have arrived. You are no longer dressing for permission. You are dressing to reflect your sovereignty. So let the hem of your dress kiss your calf as you climb the stairs. Let your shoulder catch the light as you turn. Let your presence fill the doorway before a word has been spoken. And if anyone asks, "What is she wearing?" let the answer be simple. She is wearing time. She is wearing, knowing she is wearing herself. Movement isn't something you add to your wardrobe. It's what your wardrobe should honor. When your clothes respect your pace, your rhythm, your stillness, they become more than fashion. They become language. And at 60, 70, 80, or beyond, you deserve to speak fluently. So next time you shop for a dress, ask yourself, how will this move with me? How will it pause? How will it carry my past and step into my future? Because when you dress with presence, you do more than turn heads. You turn moments into memory and memory into power. At some point in every woman's life, fashion stops being about trends and starts becoming about memory, about meaning, about messages whispered in silk, traced in seams, and stitched into the garments we choose to wear. For women over 60, style is no longer just a reflection in the mirror. It's a reflection of lineage. Not just, does this flatter me, but what does this say about where I've been and who I've become? This is about all dresses and everything they represent. Because every time you wrap a shawl passed down from your mother or slip into a dress that reminds you of a trip taken decades ago, or choose a color that brings back the smell of childhood summers. You're not just dressing, you're storytelling, and that story, it's yours to shape, to share, to live in. Meet Helen, 79, a retired biology professor who loved bold jewelry and structured dresses. Her granddaughter once asked, "Why do you always wear that jade brooch?" Helen smiled, "Because your great-grandmother bought it when she arrived in America. And when I wear it, I feel like I'm still part of that beginning." That is legacy, not stored in boxes, but worn on bodies, not saved for special occasions, but sewn into the everyday. How style becomes story. After 60, it echoes across generations. A scarf today may become a treasured piece. Tomorrow, a dress you wore to your daughter's wedding may someday be worn by her child or simply remembered in photographs. These aren't just garments, they're time capsules. It preserves identity as bodies shift and faces change. Style can anchor you to who you've always been. A woman who wore wide belts in her 30s might still reach for them. Not for trend, but for familiarity. These choices comfort, they ground. It becomes a message, how you show up in the world, how you choose to be seen. It sends a signal, I matter, I'm still evolving, I remember who I am, and I am not done yet. It invites remembrance, wearing a certain shade of lipstick, a specific silhouette, a fabric you wore when you first fell in love. These small style decisions bring the past into the present, not to relive it, but to honor it. Ways to dress with legacy in mind. Integrate pieces with history. Don't keep heirlooms in boxes. Wear that vintage silk blouse. Incorporate that antique brooch. Turn an old sari into a summer tunic. Style lives when it breathes. Choose quality with the future in mind. Invest in pieces that can be passed down. A timeless linen wrap dress, a structured wool coat, a well-made handbag. These are the new heirlooms, practical and powerful. Let your wardrobe evolve like your story. You don't need to keep wearing what you wore at 40, but you can reinterpret it. Add flow, add ease, shift your shape without losing your essence. Dress for both the photograph and the memory. You may not remember every moment, but your children will remember what you looked like in them. Choose pieces that tell the truth of your joy. At 60, 70, 80, and beyond, dressing well is no longer about impression. It is about intention. You're no longer choosing clothes for approval. You're choosing them to narrate your life. Each outfit, a paragraph, each accessory, a footnote, each fabric, a sentence, each movement, a chapter. You are the author. You are the living archive. And when you step out into the world, into the garden, the dinner party, the sidewalk cafe, or the quiet morning on your porch, what you wear is not costume. It is character. Because fashion fades, but style lives on in your photos, in your loved ones' memories, in the way your great-granddaughter will one day try on that pearl clip or wrap herself in your scarf and smile. Grandma had great taste, she'll say, but more than that, she'll remember your presence. And that is the legacy, that is the power, that is the story, and it's not over. So go ahead. Wear the red, put on the bracelet button, up the dress that makes you walk a little taller, because this life, it's still being written, and every day you get dressed, you're still telling the tale. After all the silhouettes, the fabrics, the textures, and the stories, what remains? Not just a list of 5 summer dresses, not just fashion advice. What remains is a truth. You are allowed to be seen, not tolerated, not glanced at, seen fully, clearly, lovingly. Style after 60 is not about fighting time. It's about partnering with it. It's about realizing that every thread you wear can be a thread of celebration of where you've been, what you've survived, who you've become, and how brightly you still burn. The Aline Maxi, with its grace, The relaxed shirt dress with its poise, the wrap dress with its quiet confidence, the baby doll with its unexpected joy, the cutout detail with its subtle edge. Each of them isn't just a dress, it's a permission slip, a mirror, a new beginning. In choosing how you dress, you are choosing how you show up for life, because this isn't the end of your fashion story. This is a whole new volume, and the next time you reach into your closet, I hope you pause and ask, what would bring me delight today? That's the only rule. Wear what brings you home to yourself, with lightness, with dignity, with courage, and never ever with apology. If this message has resonated with you, if you've seen a piece of yourself in these stories, or rediscovered a part of your joy in dressing again, I invite you to stay with us. Subscribe to this channel for more fashion, wisdom, styling conversations, and reminders that elegance does not expire. It evolves. And if there's a sister, a mother, a friend, or a neighbor in your life who deserves to feel radiant again, please share this video with her. Let's grow this space into a sanctuary of self-expression, confidence, and timeless beauty. Because aging is not something to hide, it's something to dress for with all my heart. Thank you for being part of this journey. And remember, you're not dressing for the past. You're dressing for the life you are still living with love, with power, with pride. Until next time, stay radiant.